On the 12th day of Christmas, my gamer sent to me 12 Switch games, something, 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 5 PS5s, 4 something, somethings, 3 Xboxes, 2 something, somethings, and a number 1 game of the year. Yeah, that's right. We're here for the final video of 2024, and we've got the top 10 best games I played this year. Boom. As always, it's not a list of games that only came out in 2024, and it's not a list of best games of all time, as we'll see very shortly. But it's just how I felt in the moment this year playing these games. And we'd like to start off with a few honorable mentions. First honorable mention here on the Switch, boom, goes to Minesweeper Million. Now, Minesweeper Million is a game you're probably familiar with. You've got the basic Minesweeper system, but instead of, I don't know, remember what the max grid was, but you've got million. So 1,000 by 1,000, this gigantic grid that takes forever to complete, and you better not hope you place any wrong flags, because at about the 90-hour mark, I was ready for cleanup, and 10 hours later, I still have 3 extra flags. I know where all the bombs are, but I have 3 extra flags, and I've combed it up and down, left and right, and I can't find them, so I guess that's the end of that mission. But the cool thing is, if you hit a bomb, you can continue, and which you cannot do in the regular 256 grid, which I think is 16 by 16, which is much easier. But you have to do that one all in one go, or it will roast you. So Minesweeper Million gets an honorable mention. And also, a little bit of a taste testing here. Now you'll notice these cans are much bigger than the Japanese size, as well as the chips are also larger. Because hey, shrinkflation, am I right? And one more. No, regular sour cream and onion and cheddar cheese. Yeah. How you doing? Okay, well, after that lead in, Pringles is an honorable mention for a game of the year as well. Homebrew is the word I was looking for. And there are the chips. I don't know if it's a ROM hack or just a regular game, but we played it on the Mega Drive Genesis, and you are Mr. Pringle, the head, and you will bounce from chip to chip through the sky to reach the end of the stage and your goal. And I think red basic was your regular difficulty levels, and sour cream and onion green should have been the medium difficulty. And then the hardest stages were blue, which may or may not be ranch, but cheddar cheese is just as good. Wow. But yeah, Pringles was fun. It's a really quick game, so I mean, if there weren't better games on the list, it would have made the top 10 for sure, just for the novelty. But Pringles gets an honorable mention for the Game of the Year list. And without further ado, we've got our top 10. Boom! And coming in at number 10, we have a game I played during 31 days. It's a minor franchise. Well, not minor franchise. It's a major franchise with few games. And it's got a lot of appeal with its fan base. I mentioned it in the previous video. It's super difficult. Well, the first game is. But number 10, we have Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I only played the first stage, but it was awesome, and they even designed this special this grip or whatever, so you could play the game. But I mean, basically, if you just hold this way, your hands might cramp, but it doesn't matter if you're having fun. But you got your left stick, and the right stick, the stylus, is basically your other movement and stuff, and you got attack with the L button, I think. So I don't think it would be easy to program, but once you converted the stylus, which in effect is a right stick, once you converted that to being used on the right stick on a regular controller, then porting the rest of the game to the Switch would be easy. But they haven't done that yet. I know there's some people online clamoring for it. But yeah, you got the upgraded graphics. You got, well, and characters for Kid Icarus, which, you know, you had the awesome NES game, and you had the Game Boy game, which apparently did not release in Japan. But that's it. So there's only 3 games in the franchise, and he, you know, has his following thanks to Smash Brothers. But yeah, this is a game that they really need to port. Much better than like all of the Wii stuff they've been porting, and all basically, yeah, almost all of the Wii U catalog. It's like, yeah, you should pull some games off the 3DS as well. But yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising, the first stage, first boss was cool, and it gets my number 10 game of the year. Boom. Coming in at number 9. Okay, it's time for the heavy box. Number 9 game I played in 2023 is Halo 3. Now, like I said, there is no way that this is not a better game than some of the other games on the list. This is just a snapshot of how I felt this year. And what else was I going to say? I don't know. But yeah, Halo 3 is awesome. Again, yeah, most of the games, Halo Combat Evolved has 10 stages. There were 16 in Halo 2. There were 9 in Halo 3. 4 and 4, I guess you can say 10 in Reach. If you include the first cutscene, which is a mission but not a mission, and then Lone Wolf, which is a survival horde type of thing. If you combine those two, I'm going to count it as 10. Halo 5 had 15. I'm not sure about Infinite. But yeah, it had 9 stages, so it's like, okay, do I spend 5 days playing Halo 3 or do I spend 4 days playing Halo 3? And a couple of the missions were short, so I knocked them out and did 3 in a single day. So I only played it for 4 days this time. But yeah, it was awesome. So what we did was we had game night and we were playing Halo 3 multiplayer, and that was awesome. And then Halo Reach came out and I got my system, and that was awesome. But then I went back and I played Halo 3 on the campaign because I'd never done that before. And also I'd never completed Combat Evolved. So that was the first time in Stage 10, because I think the first one's a tutorial. It doesn't count as a mission. But yeah, the final mission, and it was my first time with the Warthog and the destruction sequence. So I thought that was super awesome. And story's awesome. Gravemind blew my mind, even though it was hard as hell and a maze, and the flutter just so annoying. But that was great too. The dual scarab was rough. Was I playing on heroic? I might have been playing on heroic because I thought that normal was a little bit too was getting easier through 1 and 2, even though it's just as difficult. But anyway, so yeah, Scarab was rough, and doing it on legendary way back in the day, that was rough. But great graphics, and all of the quotes, those are used as achievements in Halo Reach. So that's super fun Easter egg, I guess. Maybe not Easter egg, but throwback. But yeah, Halo 3 is an awesome game. I can see why many people consider it their favorite Halo, consider it the best Halo, and the best game on the 360. But it gets my number 9 game of 2024. Okay, so moving in at number 8. And I don't know why everybody was, or Universal Studios Japan was so focused on Super Mario Land, I think it is, or World, I'm not sure of the name. Now, of course, they have Donkey Kong Land or whatever it's called, which should be Donkey Kong Country, am I right? But although technically it's Super Donkey Kong in Japan. But yeah, I don't know why they built just a Mario theme park when they had this fantastic game, a Nintendo theme park. Nintendo Land, my number 8 game of the year for the Wii U. Nintendo Land. That's right, I guess it was called Super Nintendo Land over at USJ. Okay. There we go. Ninja Castle, Luigi's Ghost Mansion, Twister Race, Mario Chase, Metroid Blast. I forgot about that one. Pikmin Adventure, Octopus Dance. Oh, that was good too. Of course, Legend of Zelda Battle Quest was good. But yeah, Nintendo Land, hot. Now, Nintendo Land is awesome. Like I said, it's got your main players, your main series. But it's also got, I think there's 12 mini amusement parks or whatever, 12 mini games. And it's just awesome. There's probably, because F-Zero 99 does not count, in my opinion, but it's probably got the best F-Zero game since GX, since Climax was alright. But one of the Game Boy Advance games was released in there. But okay, so since 2004. Because it's like Autopia. You get in the Falcon and you drive down this course, and yeah, showing my age there. Do you even know what Autopia at Disneyland is? But yeah, it's fun. And then probably the best game is where you rotate the Wii U pad and you slide and throw shuriken or ninja stars in the mysterious Murasame Castle. So, I mean, that's that best game in the series since, back since the Famicom Disk System. So it's super fun. You got mini games. I think it was a packing game, which means it didn't sell that much because there weren't that many Wii U sold. But it's a fun game. Definitely check it out if you're a Nintendo fan. And again, it's like an amusement park, a virtual amusement park for your Wii U. And yeah, guess my number 8 game I played in 2024. Boom. Okay, it's time to grab the Switch for my number 7 game I played in 2024, and that is Princess Peach Showtime. Oh yeah, I forgot about the controversy, how they changed how Peach looks, which I don't think was very necessary, was it? Yeah, the Kunoichi Kung Fu, that's right, Detective. That was one of the worst ones. And yeah, this mask, that was weird. Was that Figure Skater? That was pretty cool. Now, I didn't put a review out way back in the day, because, well, way back in the day, it was only April, but I don't know how to rate this game because it's not a game. It's a collection of 8, maybe 10, or 10, 11, I'm not sure. But let's say 10. it's a collection of 10 smaller games, right? You got the Sword Fighter, which is one control scheme and one setup, and that's, you know, basic and fun. Then you got your Cowboy or Cowgirl, I guess, since it's Peach, and that's a completely different control setup and a different style of game, and it's good. And then probably the best Little Mermaid game to come out in years, because she turns into a mermaid and swims around, so that's awesome and unique. And there's one where you're like a superhero, so you're like the Incredibles, or maybe mixed in with Buzz Lightyear. And I mean, that's okay. The baking one, if you're into that, that's cool. But you know, I've always said I don't need to cook in a damn game. I can go cook in real life. So whatever. Oh, quick shout out to our crystalline tree. It shrunk and crystallized thanks to Final Fantasy. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, it was good enough that I knew it was probably almost always going to make the top 10 list, and it's coming here at number 7, ahead of Halo 3, which is shocking, I know. But yeah, I mean, it also needs checkpoints. I mean, I didn't get 100% even though the game is easy, because like if you miss something in the middle of a stage, you're screwed. You have to restart the entire and play this entire stage just for that one. What were the stars called? Or I forget what they were, but no. Anyway, but yeah, you replay an entire stage just for one thing that you missed. No, I couldn't be bothered with that. So I didn't get 100%, but still, I thought it was good. The story was fun and cute, and basically, it takes place in a theater, which is why I call it Princess Peach Takarazuka. So, you know, it's fun, and it gets my number 7 game I played in 2024. Moving on, to number 6, and yep, you knew it had to make this list. Halo Reach, boom, gets the number 6 game I played in 2024. So I don't know what more I could say about Reach. Again, yeah, game night had the build up for Halo 3 multiplayer, and then Reach came out. I got the 360. It was awesome. We played it online, both campaign, multiplayer. I knew those maps like the back of my head. SWAT was awesome. You got the one-shot kills with the DMR or the pistol headshots, boom. So that was super fun. And I mean, it's hard to do, to go back and do a prequel and not have plot holes and stuff. Just check out Star Wars, for example. But I thought Halo Reach did it really well. There's also the book The Fall of Reach, which is supposedly canon, or was supposedly canon, but it's very different from Halo Reach itself. And there's some inconsistencies there, but again, that's not a book, it's not a video game. It's a video game medium. That should be canon. So, yeah, Reach to Halo 1 is fantastic in my opinion. And they even changed like the battle rifle from 3 to the DMR, so like older styles of weapons. I thought they did a really good job. They added armor abilities, so it's a little bit more like Call of Duty. You got armor lock, you got your sprint, which is now just an irregular ability from 4 onwards, with the left stick. And mini gripe, I never liked the sticks also having a click-in button function. Because isn't that just going to increase the wear and tear and increase the possibility of getting more drift? But I digress. The story was fantastic, and ever since, you know, midway through when one of your members dies off and slowly but surely each member of the team is dying, you know, it's a great transition to Combat Evolved. And Halo Reach gets the number 6 game I played in 2024. Coming in at number 5, we've got something we played at game night, and it's great fun with friends. Number 5 game of 2024 is Golf with Friends. Apparently the name is Golf with Your Friends, but that doesn't change the fact that it's super fun. Although that says Golf with Friends, so make up my mind. That's right. So the first time we played it, we had a small group and just learning the basics, and it was a regular course. Well, regular, but if you like mini golf, then this is the game for you. Kind of like what's everybody's putter golf? No, everybody's golf is mina no golf. Mina no putter golf, and putter golf is Japanese for mini golf. And that was cool with the motion controls and the 6-axis. But yeah, so no, we've got Golf with Friends, and yeah, we learned the ropes there. Then the next time we had more people, and I think you can have up to 8 players, maybe 10, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so we did it where the person who came in last for the hole had to take a shot, and if you hit it out of bounds, we had to take a shot. And it got to the point where we had to axe that because we were hitting it out of bounds so often, and we were just doing shots and getting wasted. But so we stopped that. But yeah, you've got your basic course, and there's a couple of different courses. We played the pirate course, which was awesome. You got your dog legs, and then there was this ramp in the one section where if you hit it right, you get on the fairway. If you hit it wrong, you're out of bounds. And there's also a canyon, so you hit the power up and you fly for so long until it wears off, and hopefully you land on the fairway and make it in. But if not, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, Golf with Friends is fun. You should totally play it if you have a game night. And I guess my number 5 game of the year. So check that out. Number 4, we got Super Hot. Super Hot. Super Hot. That's right, Super Hot gets the number 4 game of 2024. Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. So what it is a first-person shooter, and it's like time is frozen. It's and I have left it there, especially during the challenge stages, and they have a timer, so you can see the timer just slowly increment. So it's not 100% time stop, but it's like it's your stop time. And only when you move does time move, and do the enemies move, and the bullets move, and whatever. So you want to anticipate where the enemy is going to be. You fire your shot, and then you move out of the way of where you think their shot's going to be, and hopefully it hits them and you're safe. And some of the challenges are, some of the stages are more challenging than others. But you kind of figure it out as you work your way through the game. And it's just really fun. There's different weapons. You got your regular pistol, you've got a shotgun, you've got an AR-15 or AK-47 rifle. There's a katana. And is there anything else? Can't recall often. I guess, is there baseball? Oh, you can melee, of course. But yeah, it's fun stuff. So you're going through, and it sort of messes with your mind, like that one game that told you to take out the memory card or unplug your controller or turn the power off or something, which had I played that back in the day, would have been really pissed off at, because that was before major internet and information. So yeah, I would have probably thrown that game in the trash and being really pissed off. But this game sort of screws with your head, and it's got a story mode, and you exit out, and you start the game again, and the story mode finally advances and stuff, and it really screws with your head. So that's super fun. And like I said, there's endless mode where you get 20 kills in a minute, or 20 kills total, or whatever. Endless, like and go as many kills as you can before you die. And it's just super fun to play, man. Super Hot is a nice twist on the first-person shooter genre, and it gets my number 4 game of the year. Okay, moving on to number 3. Now this game came out in 2023, but I didn't get it till January. It was not part of 31 days, and I'm gonna announce it in 3, 2, 1. The number 3 game I played in 2024 is Super Mario Wonder. Woohoo! Okay, now I know that made many Game of the Year lists last year, but I didn't get a chance to play it until January, and it was awesome. Basically, it's the best Mario game, best 2D Mario game since Super Mario World. It's that good. So, you know, it took years and years, but finally had a good Mario game come out. And yeah, it's just awesome. It's so colorful. It's so fun. It's kind of easy. I thought it was really easy until we got to World 3, and that's where I started enjoying the game, and, you know, I had to actually start using my gamer skills a little bit, let's say. But yeah, it's fun. Story mode is kind of basic, the same thing every time. It's just you got, instead of a princess, it's the plant, or the wonders flower that was stolen, and you know, so you got the Plant King as your, not Plant King as your ally, but yeah, go through Prince Florian. That's it. Wow, I don't know the things you remember, right? But yeah, so it's super fun, and no, you get the Wonder Flower, and you go into the psychedelic LSD trip world. Not that I've ever done that, and you shouldn't either. Don't do drugs. But yeah, so it's super colorful, and it's really fun. Elephant Mario was fun to play. I think Goomba Mario was awesome. And yeah, some of the special world stages are stupid. Like, I just sent this article to Luke that Miyamoto was saying he didn't really like Mario Sunshine because it was of its difficulty. Then he came back, well, it's like, yeah, but all Mario games have their difficult levels. And I'm like, that's right. Like Mario 64 and the flying 8 red coins, which is annoying as hell. But we still managed to get that during 31 days, 2020. But yeah, so I think it's jump, jump, jump. It's this annoying stage where I don't want to be the best at Mario, but you got to do parkour and jump from platform to platform. And if you're too slow, they disappear. Which is bad enough, but you got acid rising at the same time. It's like, what the hell? You couldn't just have one hazard, you had to have both. But yeah, so that's an annoying stage. And then the last stage is stupid hard, where you're Invisible Mario. And I don't even know why they give you the option to play as Invisible Mario. For the challenge, that's no fun if you can't see what the hell you're doing. But yeah, so in the clouds, you're invisible and you gotta jump from like bubble to bubble or whatever. I think they're the hippos, but don't quote me on that. And make it to the end. And it's okay that you get to use each of the power-ups, but I mean, levels don't need to be that difficult in Mario. And I know Galaxy or Galaxy 2's got that stupid one-hit level, and I just don't enjoy playing those. And that's why I don't play those levels in Mario Maker either. But the worst thing is, not only are they stupid difficult, but all you have to do is use Yoshi and you can cheese it. So, what's the point? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, enough ranting about the one terrible stage or two terrible stages in Mario Maker or Super Mario Wonder. The game is fantastic. Like I said, it's the best Mario game since 2D Mario game since Super Mario World. So it's definitely a must-buy and a must-play on Switch. Check it out when you get the chance. Super Mario Wonder is the number 3 game I played in 2024. Okay, and moving on to number 2. We got 31 days. 3, 2, 1. The number 2 game I played in 2024 is Halo 5 for the Xbox One. Of course, if I forgot the subtitle there, is Halo 5 Guardians. And how amazing would it have been to actually fight one of these guys? Climb up the Guardian, destroy specific weak points, get inside, destroy the core. That's a stage that was missing that should have been included. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not really one for graphics, but because there's only so much you can see. Unless you have a 100-foot 8K screen, there haven't been many graphical improvements since the PS3 to PS4, the Gen 7 to Gen 8 leap. I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is. The human eye cannot see that much. They ought to all be 60 frames per second. Hell, I always quote Dance Dance Revolution. DDR Max for the PS2 is running at 60 frames per second. But I watched a video today that said that F-Zero X on the N64 was 60 frames per second. That's freaking Gen 5. And you're telling me the games in Gen 9 in 2024 still can't consistently run at 60 frames per second? Shut the hell up. Just whatever. But anyway, the graphics were fantastic. So much so in Halo 5 that I'm on stream and I just stop and like, wow, marvel at the background graphics. I'm like, those graphics are awesome. But Halo 5, I mean, it gets a lot of crap for not using Master Chief as much. And I agree this much. I mean, I think it's great going between the two fire teams, Osiris with Spartan Lock and Blue Team with Master Chief. I think we needed a few more stages with Master Chief, but I definitely did not mind switching between the two teams. The story's great, but you get to the end of Halo 4, and spoiler alert, you get to the end of Halo 4, and Cortana's got her rampancy, and like, she's done at the end, right? But your mission is to go find her in Halo 5, like somehow she came back. Like, that makes no sense. And apparently either in a book or a comic or a TV show or something, that's where they explain how Cortana came back. But you should not have to, and this is also a complaint of WandaVision and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So you're expecting the person to do their homework and go outside of the core medium, which is video games, to find out what the hell happened and why it's happening. That's not right. It should be done in-game, in canon, and they never explained how Cortana came back. But once you get to that point, the story is fantastic, the game is fantastic, the graphics and controls are fantastic, and Halo 5 is a great game. And it even introduced the stages that aren't stages, or the exploration missions, where you walk around town and gather intel, and there's no combat. And I thought that was a neat diversion from every stage where it's just shoot, shoot, shoot. But yeah. Halo 5 was fantastic. If you've got an Xbox One or a Series lying around, you should definitely check it out, and it gets my number 2 game of the year for 2024. And number 1, played this game in May. It's not 31 days, and I streamed it a lot. If you are one of my Twitch followers, you know that Stellar Blade is my number 1 game of the year for 2024. Woo! There's one of the members of your team. Amazing. And combat. Amazing, very challenging. Yeah, so just check out that graphics. The graphics blew me away. The combat is amazing. The controls are amazing, except for Blink. Blink can be a little touchy when you press through the enemy's attack to warp behind them. But other than that, and it's a shame I didn't get to beat it, but we will. And yeah, of course it's got, and I mean God of War 2018 didn't start it, but it was probably a boom for or even Spider-Man had that, you know, an action game with elements, light RPG elements, I think that's how they say it, where you got skill trees and stuff. And of course this has it, because every game has to have it nowadays. But still, it's fun. The story is good. You got your science fiction aspects with some religious aspects as well, and that's sort of philosophical discussion there. And so that's super cool. It's kind of a horror game. Some of these enemies are grotesque looking and creep you out. And the androids or cyborgs, I'm not sure. No, they wouldn't be human, would they? So cyborgs. But body parts, talking heads and stuff. So it's awesome. I mean, Stellar Blade, and it wasn't even nominated for Game of the Year. What the hell? You get an indie card game, which I haven't played, so I can't really talk about it. But I mean, I guess that's okay. And you've got a remake of a game that came out in 1997, which isn't even the full game, and a lot more extra fluff than necessary. Astrobot I've heard is good. Indiana Jones wasn't even mentioned because it came out too late. Black Myth Wukong I heard is good. But this game wasn't even nominated, and yet it's my 2024 Game of the Year. So, Stellar Blade, and yeah, there's some controversy with the character design, but, you know, that aside, and like I said, the DLC or title updates, to slightly correct that video, you know, had the swimsuits, but honestly, who cares? It's a great action game, and it's definitely worth checking out if you own a PS5. So, yeah, Stellar Blade is my Game of the Year. And something on tap for next year that might make the top 10 list is Black Myth Wukong. Although, I'm a little irritated because the developers are questioning Astrobot winning Game of the Year over their game. But, yeah, I mean, or rather what I'm trying to say is if they had released it physical from the start, then maybe more people would have played it. Although it did win the Player's Choice Awards, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Black Myth Wukong should be a good play, and hopefully we'll see it on the top 10 games I play in 2025. Okay, so to recap. On the 12th day of Christmas, my gamers gave to me 12 Minesweeper Millions, 11 Pringles Pringling, 10 Kid Icarus Uprising, 9 Halo 3s, 8 Nintendo Land, 7 Princess Peach Showtime, 6 Halo Reaches, 5 Golf with Friends, 4 Super Hots, 3 Super Mario Wonders, 2 Halo 5s, and a Stellar Blade for Game of the Year. So, let me know in the comments your Game of the Year, whether it's Astrobot or Black Myth Wukong or something else. Stellar Blade maybe. Some people said Indiana Jones, which is very late coming out this year. But it does still qualify if you can finish the game before December 31st. But yeah, so let me know your Game of the Year in the comments. Thank you for watching, and until next year, keep dancing.